Welcome to Boston Briars. Last session, you were on a beach, and one of you escaped the pirates, and had a lovely, lovely dream. And then it was a terrible dream because someone stole your AK-47s and killed all your bike. All your bike, plural, and exploded. And then there was sand happening. You know what that means? Yeah, Ryder can tell us all about that sand. This is some magic sand, and there was a magic sand.
Is it magical?
Magical, mystical sand. It got in your shoe, and now you're not too happy. That's the magic power of it. I think it's just normal sand, actually. So yeah. Who shall I start with? I wonder who I should start with. Frollo, roll for initiative. No, you know, this is the wrong franchise. Fuck off. Alright. Who's to say he might show up later? Alright. I mean, speaking of cannons, speaking of pirates, we got a lot of cannons here now. You can use to roll dice with. And the drawing on the table just keeps growing slowly, telling us the history of the game. I think. Yeah. If you look hard enough, you'll see it. Soup. There was soup at one point. Yeah. Who shall I start with? I think I'll start with Ryder. Because, you know, what is Ryder doing right now?
Things and stuff.
Ryder seems to be our main character recently.
And he's doing stuff.
He's reading, or what he's doing?
I don't remember.
Oh, I remember.
What happened last time?
You were at, you found basically a copy of the house. The hedge.
Oh yeah. So, I had a plan, right? So the plan was to go and fly the plane and then land it, and hopefully by the time, hopefully I'll land it back in the Iron World. So I take off at the hangar in the hedge, and then I land back in the Iron World. That's the plan.
It's a very interesting plan. I think you'd need a little bit of glamour and weave a contract, possibly, with the plane itself.
How do I do that?
Roll an occult and intelligence check and see if you know what you could. See if you're aware that you can actually do this. Actually, that's occult wits. And let's add an extra dice. Because of a high word.
Just 1 second. What was it? Occult and
Wits?
wits.
And an extra die bonus because of your high wit. Do you have any occult specialties?
No, but I don't have. Well, I have 1 dot.
An occult? Occult is really good. Ooh, very good. I mean, you don't have to reroll, but you can. You can roll 1. Oh, please, not a 1. Oh, 3 successes. Yeah. You sort of get the feeling that this might just be possible. I just need to make a contract with the plane, don't I? And then you realize that you didn't actually remember that. That just sort of came to you.
Oh yeah. No, I totally knew that beforehand. I'm very smart like that. That's what Ryder thinks.
So you think to yourself in your head.
Yes.
And trying to justify this knowledge. And Yeah, but you do get a creepy sensation that, how did I just know that? And do you sort of like, yeah, you proceed with your plan, and what do you tell the others about this?
Yes, sure.
So you gather up the people around you, telling them about your plan. They seem
Yes,
to
gather round, gather round. I have a plan. It's a very good plan.
well, those around you currently include the new guy, the motorcycle, and
The turtle.
the turtle. They listen attentively. I think I want to hear this, says the turtle.
Ah, yes, you see. Uh, yes, we can. So we have a plane here, right? Right. So this this hangar, this airfield is connected to an airfield in the iron world. So what we can do is make a contract with the airplane to take us through the skies above the hedge, and then we can go over the brambles and back down into the iron world. Yes, yes, I thought of that all by myself. I'm very smart.
Iron Hole.
The turtle looks just in deep in contemplation. And nods.
So how are we going to make this thing work? It doesn't seem functional.
Asks the new guy.
Wow. Well, we make a contract with it, and yeah, it should work.
Ryder says with a nod. Meanwhile, dreaming away in the iron sarcophagus. It's not an iron sarcophagus, but it's a matter of speech. The tank, the land ship. You are in deep dreams. However, no dreams. Actually, there's a weak dream happening with you. Seeming as you were connected with the Fate beforehand, before your transformation to the undead, you seem to have a weak dream going on right now. In fact, you dream of a vast ocean, a dark ocean, a purple hue to the sea, sunless ocean. You're sailing on a ship at sea.
Well, that's just goddamn ugly. I look in the water.
You see a reflection of yourself as you were human once before. No rot, just your younger self, in fact.
I try to imagine myself rotting because that is not who I am now.
Your face sort of twists into your face in the reflection, turning from your normal face, becomes that of a bloodthirsty monster, looking back at you with ravenous eyes, glowing red, rotting flesh falling from its skin, fangs the size of the length of a hand almost.
I shout at the reflector, "Hey, that's going too far."
The reflection rises from the ocean and meets your eyes face to face. The ocean seems to turn pitch black around it. And you wake up with a start.
With a start.
As in, like, you think you're almost falling, that sort of feeling when you wake up.
I grumble to myself. That's a stupid dream. Right. I dust myself off and look around. Did anything change?
Woodrow is still around, leafy, as he was when you fell asleep.
I pet the hedge monster.
It purrs and starts to move around and wakes up too.
Right. Well, I guess I should do something about these wounds now. So I look around for something to heal myself with.
Most of the equipment here seems abandoned and disused. However, there is an old roll a wits perception.
Alright. 4.
4.
-2.
Oh, so lovely.
So, does anyone else have wounds like that?
Yay!
Wounds of what?
One, no. That looks like a one to me. Just kidding. If you look really hard and squint and a really bad sight, then it might look like a one. Anyway, you find an old med kit hanging in one of the lockers of the tank. In fact, this one seems actually untouched, so there might be some thread in there.
I opened the medkit.
Yeah, it seems to be a standard issue medkit of World War One. This one seems to have a bit extra to it, however. There seems to be a little old bottle in it as well, glass jar with a murky substance inside.
I read what's on the jar.
Blood apple juice. Apply to wounds.
At this point, I think I'm a living wound now. So yeah, I applied it to myself, to wherever the wounds are, and I bandage myself up.
Yeah. Okay, how does blood apples work on this one? It's very thematic, so it probably would work. Yep. All aggravated wound. Okay. Okay, so turn one aggravated wound to lethal.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it.
Alright. I still have 4 little wounds.
Yes. Not aggravated anymore.
It's good.
It is very good. Feel the your wounds semi-close around you and around the wound where you burnt your hand, holding that cross. Now it feels a little less
Damaged.
almost about to fall off kind of feeling. Yeah, feel a bit better. The blood apple juice didn't really feel anything bad. Felt rather comfortable. In fact, almost like your existence at this point has been mostly that of a constant state of being uncomfortable and feeling like you're terrible, like you're just not fresh at all, basically.
Well,
But
I have
briefly with that, it felt better.
Are there still any drops left of the liquid in the bottle?
Yeah, there's a few.
I try to lick it.
Tastes good. Actually,
Finally,
that's
something good tasting.
surprising that it actually tastes something.
I will make a mental note to myself to hunt for blood apples.
Yeah.
Right. I check outside of the tank.
Outside of the tank, yeah, similar environment as you left it. It's the hedge blooming in a constant state of spring. In fact, but actually, as you blink once, the environment begins to shift slightly to that of a amber red coloration of the leaves.
Must be getting autumny.
Yes.
I try to enter the hollow again.
Do the. I don't know. You know this fancy knock, and you enter.
Hey, I'm in the hollow again. I look
That
for
still seems to work. Luckily, you think to yourself, and you go back to your hollow.
I think to myself, why didn't it work the last time?
I wonder.
Alright. I'm looking around for any kind of vermin while pulling wood road through.
When did you try to do it last time?
Hmm?
Add a character. When did you try to do it last time?
Well, after I was wounded and met Ryder, and I walked back to the tank, and well, I'm going to try to enter the hollow. And
Oh, you
well,
didn't actually specifically say you wanted to enter hollow. You said you wanted to enter the tank. But
okay.
now you said you wanted to enter hollow.
Okay.
And presto, you enter the hollow.
Right.
Yeah.
So I look around for any kind of pest because we were not here for kind of a long time.
Yeah. Well, you see, the hollow seems to be reasonably well maintained. Actually, the garden seems to be rather well maintained as you left it. Payup is going around and attending to it, and there's giant bees as well, sort of jumping from flower to flower. Giant bumblebees, actually.
Yeah.
And you do see some giant mosquitoes hanging around near the swampy area. You're sort of jumping up and down at the surface of the water. Also,
Are they full?
Let's find out. Not full. Not full, unfortunately. But they do seem larger than the ones that you saw before. One of them actually is sort of goes towards a flower and sort of begins drinking from it.
Not the blood-sucking kind.
But the other one doesn't seem to be going for any flower at all. Seems to be hunting for something else. He'd be ignoring the flowers completely. Do you have animal ken? Yeah, you have animal ken,
yes,
right?
Yes, I do. And
which animal ken?
Alright. And I'm inoffensive to animals, so they don't really think as me as a threat or something like that.
Well, yeah. But there's a giant fly sort of landing on your head and being annoying though. Because you smell delicious to it.
Alright. I can roll 3 dice.
Yeah, you reckon one of them. Yeah, if you leave that mosquito unchecked, they'll build a nest and there'll be more of them here. Because one of them is a female.
I could kind of start farming the mosquitoes.
Farming mosquitoes. You're gonna be a mosquito farmer.
Why not?
Okay. Well, with that thought in your head, how are you going to go about it?
Well, first of all, probably wrangle a male and a female together.
You could ghoul a mosquito.
I don't have that much blood right now. I have 5 blood points.
Yes, it's not worth it right now. Probably. And yeah, what do you intend to do?
Well, first of all, I was thinking of getting a quick snack, but now I want to be a mosquito farmer to, well, have more snacks
You can have the
later.
mosquitoes farm for you, and then come
Yes, exactly.
back.
Alright. I go closely to the mosquito, the male one.
It's hums and it's just sort of. So let's see here. Let me double check. Which of? Does anyone here know which gender of mosquitoes eats?
The females, because they need it to lay eggs.
They need blood, yeah.
Yes.
The male one is the nectar eating one.
Yes.
All right. So go for the nectar eating mosquito. It seems
Yes.
to ignore you mostly, but it seems to, as mosquitoes, as insects do, if there's something scary that comes near it, it sort of like jumps back a little bit and then goes back to what it was doing.
I want to pet the mosquito on the head slowly.
Animal
as not
can.
Only animal can.
Animal can.
Charisma or manipulation?
Let's see here. Manipulation. No, it's maybe it looks no. Charisma. Animal can.
All right. Then that's a 4.
Yep.
I got a phone call.
Magical phone call. Oh, I haven't gotten one of those in a while.
2 successes.
It doesn't seem to be. Well, you're very careful, so it sort of like just walks around on your hand a little bit.
How big is it compared to my hand?
Oh, it's about the size of like maybe about the size of your hand.
All right. I wonder what's a good name for him. I will call him Potato.
You have the mosquito potato now.
Yes. I put him on my head.
Yeah. Well, it sort of like it sort of moves around a little bit and settles down on your head. The proboscis sort of like moves up and down from its face, searching for like something to snack at.
I get him some flowers and put them on my head.
I take a flower and it starts feeding from the flower. Sweet nectar pouring into it.
Right.
The back of it sort of is transparent and it's like you can see the nectar inside there. Nom.
I start going around looking for anything that might have changed.
Let's see. The roll of dice. Tie. Actually, no. Something has changed. Six. Okay, it's a bit dark tie again. Ah, interesting. Something dangerous.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I did something dangerous or something beneficial. Let's see here. What could it be? Oh, I see. Very good. You notice that there's a growth on the wall of the school. Some kind of ivy has infested the wall, and it seems to be choking beneficial plants near it.
I look at Woodrow. Was that you?
Nope. Shakes head.
Right. Could you maybe untangle the plants?
Oh, it'll try. Let's see. One success. It sort of like tries to untangle the plants, but it seems to be way too much stuff for it to work with. It's gonna take a while for it to do anything.
I go into the kitchen and get a sharp knife and try to help out.
Go into the kitchen. You notice that the sink has a plant in it, similar to the one outside, and it seems to be growing and sort of fidgeting and squirming inside the sink.
I stab the sink.
The knife goes into the sink with force. The knife is now embedded in the sink.
And the plant?
You didn't say you wanted to stab the plant.
Alright. I take another knife and stab the
Let's
plant.
just say you slip and like stab the sink. You take another knife because you were so like holy shit. Maybe like you were like
Here too.
okay. Roll melee and strength.
Alright. Strength. Melee. That's a 4. Two successes.
You stab at the plant. It screeches and
Wait, 3 success?
it screeches in pain
4 success.
and recoils back into the sink. And you hear it's sort of hissing inside there.
Alright, I run around looking for anyone who's capable of thought.
Roll wits. Actually, before you leave, roll wits and perception.
Alright, that's a 2.
Oh, come on, mate. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
You notice?
I'm on a roll.
Come on, another one. Alright. You remember those like mixer things they have in the sink in America?
The thing, yes, the thing that destroys the remainders of the food.
You notice that there's a button for that in here, but oh, you don't actually from this era. God damn it!
Yes,
you don't
I
even-
do not know that.
So you don't know what it is.
Yes,
So you
I
just
don't know.
ignore it.
Yes, because I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I don't
well,
even know that they're what. Well, I
Yeah.
kind
Well,
of-
mental note out of character, I guess, when you do know what it is.
yes,
So you leave and look for someone capable of help.
yes.
The pay up walking inside and drying off his boots.
Pay up,
Oh.
pay up.
What up there?
Something's attacking us.
What's that there?
There's some kind of invasive plant. It was in the sink.
Oh, the roof going on.
Also, it's choking some of the plants outside. I left Woodrow to it.
I'm gonna ain't all right. He looks around. I get the hedge clipper.
I try to find a wooden stick and some kind of rags.
You're fighting giant plants now.
Yes.
Awesome. Going back to the man with the plan, Ryder. The turtle is deep in thought, and the new guy also seems to be listening attentively to what you're doing. All right.
It is good plan, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes. What is a plane?
Oh, it's that thing in that building over there.
Oh. He just seems to agree. Hmm. Well, what is your character's name, by the way, Firelord?
His name is Matthew Fredwood.
Matthew Smith. Smidwa? Matthew.
Matthew, Thread, Woo. Woo.
Fredwu.
Fred Woo, yeah.
Well, Matthew.
Fred is his middle name.
Well,
Matthew
Wu. Mr. Wu.
So Woo.
Mr. Wu, you, what is Mr. Wu doing? What is your character doing?
It's just last time Raiden said that it talked about the contract. He's just waiting to see what this contract is about.
Roll an occult and intelligence.
Cult plus intelligence, right?
Yes.
So I have 6. So I roll 6 dice, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's red, mate. Look at that.
Okay. Roll.
1. Ooh. Not good. 1
26.
takes out that. So this is no bueno. That's not a success. Not a success. Not a success. Not a success. So it's just not a success at all. You're not really sure what he's talking about. But the contract seems... You're not sure how you can make a contract with the plane. It's not living. So, yeah. Ryder, what do you do next?
I just proceed with the plan.
I wonder where Magnus and Gyro would be right now. Would they be at the head? Would they be here, or would they be at the?
Well, Magnus was last time he was here was helping with the exorcism.
Okay, so he's still in the base.
Yes.
Gyro, still in the base, I'll say. Actually, he's not in the hedge at all. Actually, so he does not even he's not even here. Yeah. So Magnus and O'Sullivan is the one that are missing. You proceed without them. Ryder, do you proceed without O'Sullivan and Magnus?
Sure.
Sure?
What? No. Well,
No, but this is...
uh,
You look for them.
kind of. Yes, let's go look for them. At least a little.
A little bit. Just look in the nearby area. See how successful you are in finding them. I guess wits and wits bleh. Plus that common composure. Wits composure. Yeah. And because this is a very, very reasonably known territory, I'll say it's a difficulty 6. Wits composure check. So give me them rolls. Oh, that's a 6. That's a success. 2 successes. Actually, yeah, 2 successes. Very good. So you look around. You search the old train track area and you don't find anything there. But you keep on going and you notice there's some someone's been messing around with the tank again, and you see that there's some scrape marks from I'll say you Woodrow, you know, the little hedge beast, the adorable hedge beast hedge thing with thorns. It's been scraping around the area, and they seem to be have been near the tank. And last time they used, you remember that they used the tank? Actually, were you? You were in the you were in the hollow once, were you? Were you not?
Well, I think so, yeah.
Recently, like, yeah, I'll just say that that tank has a door, and someone suggested to use a door, knocking on the door to get into the hollow from here. And of course you remember the super secret password that's so easy to remember.
Of course.
Who could have
Of
forgotten?
course, yes.
Something
I'm
about
so
Soviet
smart.
Revolution or something. Russian Revolution, 1980 or something.
Yeah.
And a bunch of knocks. Looking in the hollow would be a good start to look, I suppose. But you'll need to tell me what you do, because I don't want to feel like I'm railroading you, even if I am sometimes.
Mm,
You could always just ignore what I'm saying and go for it anyway.
yeah. Okay, so I don't know. Just gonna start wandering around looking for them. Well, if they're in the hollow, then they're fine, right? Why am I even looking for them? Yeah. Yeah, why am I even looking for them?
Exactly.
You know what? I'm going back to my plane.
You, they can come up with their own idea to get home.
I mean, now that I think about it, it's just like, you know, like
hop back in here
they
from
can just
outside.
yes.
It's more difficult than you think, because
Huh.
you're nowhere near the market. Actually, you can look at it on your map list now. Now that you mentioned that, you care to look at your map again. Last time it was a bit of an exhausting thing to do, causing you to want to take a nap. But now that you're refreshed, and that was the whole point of going to take a nap, to look at the map again, or something like that, wasn't it? At least that's what I thought. Besides,
I guess.
a map is very good to navigate with that plane.
Yes.
Not railroading, I'm sorry.
Alright, well,
He's being helpful.
yes. Yes. I go fix the plane, hopefully.
Go fix the plane. Right.
Roll
With
fix
your
plane.
with your fixing crew. With the turtle, the tortoise, the new guy that seems weak as hell.
Yeah.
Actually, what's your strength? What's your like physical dots?
Courage.
Average.
At 2 strength to this, it's 8 to 10.
Yeah, so he seems like an average dude. Seems like he's mostly some nerd. Could probably lift something. And the turtle, you're not sure about that turtle. Seems like it's a turtle that's magic. Might be useful. Time-bending turtle. Could be useful to have to build stuff. As long as you make it understand what it is you wanted to do. And finally, what else do we have? I think that's all of you, isn't it? Turtle, you, and new guy. Yeah.
We try to fix the plane.
You kind of got separated from O'Sullivan earlier when he went ahead before you. But now, to fix the plane. So do you go to the plane and take a look at it?
Yes.
You go to the plane. It's a mess. It's full of moss as well. But seeing as you managed to get a frickin' boat that's not capable of flying to fly with a balloon and a candle or something, then you could sure as hell get the plane to fly. Probably. So, how do you go ahead? How do you proceed? It is a massive wreck. The interior is still open, like the door to it is still open. It seemed to still have wheels. In fact, landing wheels seem to be still intact. Luckily.
I don't know. Are there materials around? Tools? Anything?
I go try to clean the moss.
Alright, so you have one person cleaning, one person looking for tools, and one turtle chilling really hard. Roll wits composure. Difficulty 7 because it is reasonably similar to your old workshop. But for Firelord, I'm getting another roll to ready for you. You're going to roll cleaning the moss. That would probably be stamina, athletics.
Stamina, athletics.
Yeah, because it's a long-term job.
Okay, so only 2 then. 2 dices.
The turtle seems to starting to eat the moss as well.
There we go.
All right, 1, 2. Is that does these count as well?
No. Those 2.
Uh,
These 2.
for bacon, is these 2 you roll?
For me, it's these 2. These 2.
Okay, what did you roll? You rolled.
1, 3.
Yeah, what did okay? We'll start with bacon. Did you roll?
Yes, it's there.
These 2? Oh, very good. 2 successes. What can be in here from the war? I wonder. You find an entrenchment tool under one of the jeeps. You found a jeep actually. You first thought that was a rock, but it's actually a jeep that was just covered in lots of moss as well. And inside there you find an entrenchment tool. This one is made out of what appears to be wood that's been reinforced by some.
Got to do with things.
Do you take a look at the entrenchment tool? It's a shovel. It's a shovel.
Yes, it's a shovel that can be folded.
Despite it being made of wood, it seems rather sharp and sturdy.
The shovel is made of wood.
Yes, and it seems to be surprisingly sharp and durable. There's no rust on it.
Well, I thought you said it was made of wood.
Yes. That's why it's so shocking that it's sharp and durable.
Yes, and also it doesn't have rust on it.
No, it just does not seem to be damaged at all.
Okay, I was a bit tricked because it's wood.
It is.
Yes, it doesn't rust.
Character, ironwood. occult intelligence, maybe. Or weird. Anyway, it's a magical shovel made of wood. That seems. Do you? Yeah, you have a shovel.
That is rust-proof.
That is not rusty. Oh, there's a distinct lack of rust. What's that noise? Oh, that's the ambience. No, it's not. What the fuck? No, it is the ambience. I think. Wait, where's that coming from? Is that a bot?
What's coming from?
It's not me.
It's no longer playing background music, is it?
The bot is playing music for me.
Okay, it doesn't actually light up green for me. Well, that's good. Sorry, let me describe the shovel again, just to make clear. You look inside the uncovered jeep. You find a tool. To your surprise, this tool is made out of wood. It's what appears to be a standard issue entrenchment tool for the soldiers of World War I. However, it's designed and manufactured out of wood. It has mystical runes inscribed on it. And the handle... Yeah, on the handle are the runes itself, and the blade seems spotless and sharp, in fact. It has a saw on one of the sides of the shovel. And the other side has a cutting end, sort of like a machete sort of thing. And the knife itself is, of course, made for digging. That's what you discover. Also, you find some flares. Did you get that? Ryder?
Yes.
What do you do next?
Is there no like actual tools that I can use to work?
You can spend some time looking, I'll say.
Well, actually, you know what? No, this is the hedge. Why do I care? These tools will probably do it. All right, let's go back to the plane. Let's see what we got here. Hey.
And it's all might. I mean, it's more than likely might be a minor token. So that's that. Probably like most.
Wait, you mean the shovel is a minor token?
A minor token. It might be like you could test it. Like when basically what I'll say when you find things like this, you could try and put some glamour in it and see what happens. It's more fun that way.
I don't have a lot of glamour.
Not a lot of it, but you can do a lot of things with glamour, I'll just say, you know? And also willpower, like forging contracts. You haven't actually done much of that. This whole, like, detailed... Anyway, moving on. You go back to the plane, and the turtle and the other guy seems to be working away, removing moss from the plane. The turtle is eating the moss. The other guy is picking the moss. Did you roll your dice, please, Firelord?
I rolled them. This is
2
them
and
rolled.
3. You're doing terribly.
Doing terrible.
Slipping and tripping and just not being helpful. But The turtle is just eating away the moss. Mm-hmm. And now the other dude that was at the beach comes back and looks at you on the floor. You look up at him. There's some moss on your face. And your glasses are now a little sideways.
Hello? We still back at the beach.
Ryder, upon going back to the upon going back to the plane, you do notice the turtle and the dude. The dude is not the other guy is not doing that well. He's just trying his best to remove the moss, but he's just failing horribly. He's on the floor right now and seems to have slipped. Yeah, Ryder, what do you do? What is Ryder doing?
Ryder is gonna take all of the stuff he found and go back to the plane.
Yes, you did go back to the plane.
Yes. And then Ryder is gonna take the shovel and whack the plane with it. See what happens. And put some glamour into it as he does that.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put one glamour.
Remove one glamour. Let's see. The shovel is powered by one glamour. Very cool, very cool. The shovel is seems to start glowing as you do that. Glowing.
Oh, cool! A flashlight.
Grow now with a greenish hue around it's sort of the contours of it. And
Oh, cool! Glow stick.
Glow stick. And it seemed to be moving in your hand like it weighs absolutely nothing. Like it's not even there.
If I lift it over my head, will I float away?
If you lift it above your head,
Yes. Will I fly?
that's a good question. Roll
That is a
weird.
good question.
Roll weird athletics. You don't fly.
Can I make that a dramatic failure?
If you wish, yeah.
Yes, please.
You don't fly, but you sort of like wave it around, and it begins like it flies out of your hand, flies around the room, and it impales itself on the wall.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's still glowing there.
What's going on?
Yeah, you see this guy sort of waving this shovel around, and it begins glowing, and it slips out of his hand as it's waving above its head, and it sort of flies in and impales itself on the wall. However, the wall itself begins to make a rather not a good sound, like it's about something is like digging into it. Like a really crunchy sound, the wood being like almost like crushed by something.
Is it like creaking?
Yeah, it's creaking. Yeah, the shovel seems to have created a skylight out of by sort of digging into the wood, and the plank sort of falls down, and the shovel also falls down itself. And it stops glowing on the floor. And the heavy...
Hey, I could use this as a weapon.
Good.
Yeah, this would glamour into it and fling it. I don't know, probably cut somebody's head off, to be honest.
Heads off! Blech. That's a quote from a fairy tale. So yeah, you both look a little dumbfounded, seeing what just happened. Let's see. Let me see if I can do a roll an event. See if something happens here. Good or bad. Wheel or woe. Left wheel and the right is woe. Whoa! Alright, something bad is gonna happen. And let's see what... if it's dangerous or if it's not too dangerous. I'm not gonna say which dice is dangerous or not dangerous. Alright. Very cool. Alright, well, we can go back to business. Meanwhile, when you've been not looking, the turtle has eaten half the moss of the plane. It's going on the top of the plane now. It's on top of the plane eating moss, playing it. Hello? Everybody? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Light check.
Yeah.
That's not my turtle.
Alright, okay. That's not your turtle. No, it's not. But the plane is looks relatively good. Without the moss over it. It's a little rusty, but...
Oh, by the way, I didn't boost the shovel, did I?
it's on the floor somewhere in the
Alright.
So, can you ride a plane?
Don't call him Ryder for nothing.
Can you actually fly like a plane?
You collect the shovel again, I suppose.
Yes.
You collect the shovel again, and there's a big plank over it.
Okay, so what does the plane look like? Does it look like a fly at the moment?
The plank look like? Or the plane look like?
The plane.
Realistically, no. Hedgehogistically, maybe.
Maybe.
Hedgeholistically. Ah, yes. Well. There's a lot of things possible. I mean, you could talk to it. Initiate the contract. You've never done this before.
Yeah.
But you're pretty sure it works, probably. Alright. So, do we look at the rules for how to make contracts with things?
Yes.
We should probably do that. It might be a good idea. Let's go to the first edition rulebook. Ah, yes. We haven't done this in a while. Because we've mostly been fucking around and homebrewing. Ah, yes. Let's see. Which is great. I love that. You can just do whatever. But the cost and stuff, that's probably a good idea too, so I don't fuck up the balance. Okay, contract. So you basically now you can make your own contract. It's not really a contract, it's more like a pledge. A pledge, that's what it is. Pledge, yeah. You make your own pledge to this thing. Give me so it could go like if you give me flight for one journey, I will grant you something in return. Like, depending on how long you wanted to give you flight, it increases the cost.
Interesting.
And you can give something in return, it'll reduce the cost as well. Okay. Pledge, 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 pledge. Okay. Types of pledges, let's see here. Vows, oaths. A vow is a basic sort of pledgecraft that instantly may simply swear to accomplish some goal. Okay, so go to 176 on the core rulebook first edition. You can swear on your true name, but that might be dangerous. You can swear on your keeper's name, which will get your keeper's attention instead. You can swear it in the name of a higher power. You can swear it on... Probably swear it on the wed. Might be a... Okay, are you with me, Bacon?
Kinda.
176 on Changeling First Edition. Okay, step 1. Determine the task involved for each party of the pledge. Tasks are related with a negative number that reflects how many onerous tasks is to complete. Lesser task is -1.
What, first edition? No?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, we're...
2E?
No, it's first edition. We've been playing first edition this entire time. Hubba bubba. It should be in. It should be pinned. All right, let me just see. I can find it for you guys. There we go.
I'm fucking dead.
Here it
Stay
is.
up in the woods.
I'll snip it. I'll snip it. I swear. Well, I pledge that I will snip this rule, so you will gain knowledge for one session. Here. Pledge crafting! You can see it in Motley. So essentially what it's... I think it's supposed to become... I think the pledge should be balanced out to its 0. Then it becomes a balanced pledge, essentially.
That makes sense.
I mean, you could make it more expensive, but it might fail. Probably. I think you can add more willpower depending on, like, to even out the negatives. I think that makes sense, actually. Okay, do you see do you see it in Motley? duration? So it's probably a short. It will probably count as a short time. Yeah. So
Well, I need to take off and fly and then land. That probably takes a bit.
So it's not like a year though.
Okay.
So it's a relatively short time. So that's 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1. So it is also. What will you do for it, right, you reckon? What will you grant to the plane?
I will give it a fucking makeover and yes, makeover, make it pretty, and give it really nice parts and give it really really tasty feel.
Okay, so it will be repaired. So I'll say that's a 2, maybe -2 actually. I said it's probably minus. Yeah, let's say minus. That's 3 things. That's -2. Let's say -2 for that. Okay, so and you will gain. It will give you flight, which is.
Well, it will ferry me like between the. Oh my god! I just realized I am literally setting up like a competition operation to that guy's that fucking asshole's ferry service.
Yeah, you are. You might actually
I
create
am.
a.
I want to do that.
This might actually. You might. If you're lucky.
I might become stinky rich.
If you're lucky, you might actually create a new Trod.
Oh hell yeah! It's capitalism. Capitalism
I
time.
mean, you could you could go super crazy and like tell it to that you wanted to create a new Trod by like going through.
Yes, sure. Yes, please.
That's
Make new truck. Make me rich.
so that's
You make a market, and you get all the best parts.
+5.
Yes.
Plus 6.
Well, but like having a truck would benefit it, right?
Well, it
Because
doesn't
then
though.
you would have.
It's
What?
basically it's
I
just
can tell it that, right?
well, you could, but right now we're making the. I could like make it.
Ah, I can
So right now
Oh my god, it's a sales pitch.
right now we're
I can make a
crafting the
sales
pledge,
pitch.
like how balanced the pledge will be,
Yes.
and
Yes.
we could actually name this pledge later.
Pledge of. Um,
Okay, so
we'll
it's
figure it out.
short time. Actually, this might be instead of short time. This might be a permanent.
Ooh,
A permanent. So that let's say it's
that's sweet.
+5. So
Five.
let's say it's plus.
I think 4 is reasonable.
Yeah, +4, so it's like more. It's more than a year. You might have to like upkeep it somehow, like give it gamma or whatever. So let's say it's +4, and then because you're giving it that, it's -2. Okay. Very cool. So that's 2 in total right now. Okay. Determine the boons involved. Yeah, that's 2 boons. Actually, that's the boon. The boon is creating a pledge. Hold on, I'm reading it now. So duration, long. So that's +3. 0 plus 3. Boon that you will give. That it will give you. Well, terrible pun operator. Okay, it's not a curse.
That's a +3 boon for me.
It's not a curse.
Definitely.
Sanctions. Okay, determine the sanctions involved. Okay, so so you can determine what will happen if you break it. So that can actually give you a negative number. So you will have to, if you do not do this to it within a let's say span of.
How about lifetime maintenance? How about that?
Lifetime maintenance.
Lifetime trot for lifetime maintenance.
That's fair, actually. That seems fair.
Yes. As long
That's
as I
that's fair. So and what happens? Let's see. What happens if you do not do it? Like may something. The weird may be known as an oath breaker. Or may be struck blind might also be a thing. This is a very powerful contract we're mixing up here. Yeah, DJ in the house.
a little bit of that.
Determine the duration
This.
involved for party. Okay, the duration is rated with a positive number reflecting the length of time. Blah, 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 blah. You're saying eternity. This is a really dangerous pledge.
Well, how about like force no? No, let's go full hand. No, let's go full hand.
Okay, eternity. That's
Well, until I die of old age. I mean, that's the most I can do.
until you die of old age. Then does not mean okay. So it's not like your son or your kin will have to go.
Oh wait, we can do that. No, but then I have to get a son.
Like no, let's just make it so.
Wait, if I can set up a trot, then I can probably set up like a freaking service, right? I can make this a religion. I can make a religion out
Out
of
of
this.
this.
Yes, you can make. Yes, I will. I will make the plain religion. Yes, yes. All right, all right. So duration is eternity. Oh yes, I can make a religion out of this.
Uh, what are you swearing on?
I am swearing on my eternal soul.
Your
No, no. What if those who come behind, like what if the people that like run the church after I die, like what if they fuck it up?
Well, then you're dead. You're doomed.
Okay. So wait. Okay. So I give it a personal cult. That's what I'm gonna do, right? That's gonna be
You're
my
gonna give the plane a personal
like,
cult.
yes.
Okay, so that's
And if I fail to do it, um,
that's
um, I mean, Eternal Souls is. Ooh. If I fail to do it, then I will have to take his place, and like it can, like the plain soul can like go fuck off wherever and travel the world or something. How about that?
okay. So what I'm getting here is +3,
Yeah.
+3,
That's three.
and for duration is +3. Boon is also +3, I think.
Well, and our duration is eternity, right? So it should be at least +4.
+4, yeah. Let's use +4. 0 plus 0 plus 4, and then Boon is +3. Determining the sanctions involved. That's
So the sanction for me is like I guess bound servitude, because like I
Boon is not
will.
related to the pulse any longer. I replace manager, blah blah.
You know what? What if we
So that's also
it
plus.
would be like the plane, right? Like it would be a deity with its own cult, but it would also be like bound to the cult.
So,
And if whoever fails to maintain it will like find themselves like bound to this cult as the plane.
okay, terrible
They're gonna become the
punishments,
plane.
greater sanctions, or stuff of legend. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen.
Is this gonna? Is this the stuff of legends?
I think it might be.
Ah, yes.
4, determining which duration, that's eternity. Yeah, I did that
No,
already.
I'm
The
suddenly
letter
not so sleepy
5.
anymore.
The sum of each party's tasks. A boon sanction must sum is. The sum of each party's tasks, boons, and sanctions must sum to 0 when added to the duration of the pledge. Okay, so basically, I see what this
Alright.
is. I see what this is. So basically, it's
Yes.
it gives you things, and you give it things, and yeah.
Alright, so where are we at right now? Are we at 0?
I think 7 right now.
No, like the
Like what?
boon,
This is what I'm getting right
the,
now.
the boon and the.
This is what I'm getting right now. I don't
I
know.
mean, the boon and the sanction is pretty hefty.
So you would give
So
a boon as
what do
well.
those
Yes,
amount?
you would give a boon as well. So that means so you would hit would give a boon and sanction. So that's -4 as well. I think. Yes,
Like the boon that I give to it is a personal maintenance code,
because that's
basically.
3 right now.
And then the sanction is I take. Like if I fail to do that, then I take its place and it takes mine.
Yeah, I think I added that. Yeah, you can only do
Yes.
the
So
costs
is that
of willpower. All pledges cost 1 willpower to invoke plus any additional modifiers for a specific aspect. Okay, so basically. Okay.
wait. But like, okay, so sanction and boon is only -6 right now, and like yeah, +7, right? So how about like sanction, right? If we swap places, then the the one who's now the plane like gets banished to some remote location where it has to wait for somebody to come along and make the contract again.
All right, so
Right? So like it's
that's
like a
minus.
genie kind of thing.
That's -2 again, I think. So it's 1 right now.
What?
So right now it's 1.
What is one?
The total modifier.
How?
I get that's -3. So let's say it's -3.
No. Okay. So can we like just list everything right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So 0 is base. +4 is the task, I believe. Wait, no. It's
Wait.
not a plus.
No.
It's
The task is minus.
oh, the task is a minus.
All right. So what's the task? Establish and like establish a new troll, right? That's the task.
Oh, the boon is for you to give, I guess.
Yes.
Well, the task is okay, so that means it's a minus.
Establish new troll. Is it
Establish new
3 or
trot.
4?
Oh, I think it's just 3.
Okay. And then the boon is personal maintenance code
So that's
and
boon.
eternal prosperity, I guess.
Task is this. Task is okay. So boon is cult thing, so that's really good.
Yes.
So so 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, minus 3, plus 3. Sanctions is minus 3. 4 is plus. Hold on, okay. Minus 3.
Wait a minute. Wait. So the sanction makes the contract more difficult.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe you could just do like.
That is weird.
Oh, is sanctions is minus, is it?
Yes, it is.
I think that's good though. Because you want it to be lower. No, the boon is what
No,
you get.
yes. No, the boon is what I give to it, and it has to do the task.
Oh, yeah. No. Tasks. This is a little confusing, but I think we might get the hang of it the more we do it. Alright, so 3.
Been doing it for a while.
We're doing it for a while. 3. Sorry guys. We have to make sure this is okay. Minus 3, plus 3, minus 3, plus 3. Okay, now it is willpower.
Wait. I know what the sanction is. Like just genie stuff, you know. Whoever breaks whoever breaks their end of the deal, like gets banished to becoming a plain genie. like
Pledge
you get
genie.
banished to a hangar somewhere. Yes, you get banished to a hangar somewhere, and like you have to wait for some dumb piece of shit to walk up to your hangar and open it up, right?
Okay.
And,
Yeah, I think
and
I
then
got
you
it.
have
I think I got
to
it.
offer them the contract again.
It's 0 now. This is what we're getting.
Yeah.
So now willpower cost. The cost of willpower. All pledges cost 1 point of willpower to invoke, plus any additional modifiers for specific aspects. So it should be. I guess it's because. How much willpower do you have right now?
I have 3.
I'll say it costs 3. Costs 3 willpower. Okay, type involved.
What happens if I run out of willpower?
All those.
Just suicide.
No, if you don't not have any willpower, you basically just try to get more by doing things part of your nature and stuff like that.
I don't know. I don't think I've fleshed that out really well.
Yeah, that's
I
different.
just kind of ignore it.
Yeah, that yours is a bit tricky one, but you're trying to. I mean, you're trying to basically make your home the center of attention here.
Oh yes. So is this gonna give me willpower if I like
Give you like a bit of
successfully create this contract?
Yeah, if you manage to successfully create it, I'll say you get refill willpower.
Oh yes.
The term of the pledge. Okay, let's describe the term of the pledge. So upon my true name, upon the weird. On
my true name.
Upon my
Like,
true name.
what's the biggest thing that I can swear upon?
You could swear on. You could swear on a lot of things actually. You could swear on someone. You can swear on the name of your keeper.
No. This is like something that I want to do, right? It's like a core tan it the corned beef or whatever. Like, hey, I want to make a home and I want to make it impressive, right? That's kind of just my skin, I guess.
Mortal emblem. You can swear on that. The symbols of
What's that?
mortal associations are precious things to changelings.